I'll just show you at least this one time. You can use File New and select New Indicator Data. That's what we want. Actually, we don't want New Indicator. We want New Indicator Data. That's step 1. Okay, so go ahead and click on that, or click on the icon down there where it says New Indicator Data. And our data is going to be called Sales by Category and Year. All right, shown on page 3-15. Click on OK. The data source, it says, what's the type of data? Remember, it can be an information map, it has to do a query, a stored process, or a table. So given those choices, we're going to pick information map, first one. All right, so select information map. And the information map we want, we're going to browse for. All right, so click on the Browse button. This shows us the folders out on the metadata server, right? Our platform folders that we've been working with. So I'll double click on Chocolate Enterprises. I'll double click on Information Maps. Come on. And I want the relational thing. You can create a dashboard on OLAP data, if anybody's interested. But we're not going to do that. We're going to use Chocolate Enterprises. I think you could make this bigger. Sales data. All right, so go ahead and select that, click on OK. Now, what it does by default is it selects all columns. And the problem is that there is a limit as to how many rows that a dashboard will allow. And that's because of what I was talking about before. For every row, that dashboard gets bigger and bigger. The whole idea of a dashboard is that it's highly summarized data. We don't want to see the detailed information. Okay? So I'm going to get a message here that tells me that there's too many rows. And the reason it does that is because all columns have been selected, and the more categorical columns you select, the closer to the detail information you're going to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of ignore the error message, and then we're going to reduce the columns that we select, assuming that this eventually...
Why would you reduce the number of rows by cutting the columns?
Okay, because that does sound kind of weird, doesn't it? All right, well, so think about it this way. If I only select category, there are 4 categories. So if I only select category, I'm only going to get 4 rows. Because if I select category, it will be summarized. Since that's a categorical column, it will automatically summarize by category, and it'll simply show me 4 rows.
Okay, got it.
Right? And I think what we're going to do is category and year. So what I want to do is get rid of all these. All right, so I use the double left arrow to get rid of them all. And then I'll move category over, and I'll move total sales over, so I'll scroll down. I'll double click on total sales, and I'll use the arrow. There we go. And then I'll double click on year, see if I can get that to work. There we go. All right. So the order doesn't really matter here. It's going to matter when we create the display type, or we're actually using creating the indicator and specifying the properties for the display type. All right. So what this is going to do is it's going to summarize by year within category. If there are 4 categories, and there are 8 years. Is that right?
Yeah.
There are more. How many years are there? 2,000 to 2,000. No, there might be 12 years. I'm not sure. But in any case, whatever the multiplication is there, it'll do. That was 8 years though. So that'd be like 32 columns we should get. All right. So what I'm going to do is after I make those selections, I'll click on the Apply Query Changes. Does this apply the changes that we just made? So this should produce, I think, 32 rows. All right, so what I want to do is, because of our screen resolution, we can't see all this. So notice that, see this little handle right here? You can grab that handle and move this up. So let's do that so I can see everything that's down below. I'm going to move that up. And so now I can see all the properties for that. And actually, I'll move it up a little bit. Let me make this, let me maximize this. And move this up. All right, there we go. So now I can see category, total sales, and year. It does tell me 32 rows. So that's 8 years and 4 categories. I don't think we're going to change any of the properties. You can, but let's just take a look over here. The query results show me all the categories and all the years. All right? So I get 32 rows produced. And then, of course, the total sales for that. Okay? So I'm good with that. I'm good with 32 rows. Now, keep in mind that this data source doesn't necessarily require that we use all of these columns when we create the indicator. All right, so I don't know, even though they're available, I don't necessarily have to use them later. All right, let's save this. So make sure you use the file that's in the dashboard and not the file that's in the Internet Explorer. I'm going to do a file, save as, and I'm going to save this in Chocolate Enterprises. So I'll double-click on Chocolate Enterprises, and I'll double-click on Dashboard, because this is part of the dashboard. And I'm just going to stick it in there. You might want to have a folder for each component. This is a data component, but we're just going to put them all together under Dashboards. All right, I'm going to leave the name, Sales by Category and Year, and I'll click on Save. All right, so I just completed number 1. All right, I created a indicator data. All right, now I want to do the same thing again. I want to do the same thing a second time. That is, I want to create another indicator data. So let's close this, and you can do a file close, or you'll notice that this tab has a little X on it. You can just X out of that tab, and that'll close this tab, and now I'm back to the Manage Dashboards interface. And I do want to create one more indicator data component to reference it. So I'm going to click on this new indicator data again. And again, it's going to ask me what is the name. And the name for this one is Sales by Month. Click on OK to that. That's shown on page 3-18, number 8B. I'll click on OK. And it's going to be an information map again. Actually, it's going to be the exact same information map, if I remember right. So I'll drop down here. I'll select the information map. And I'll click on Browse. Will it take me right there? Let's see. It does. Okay, so I'm going to pick the same information map, Chocolate Enterprises sales data. Everybody doing okay? All right, so I'll select that and click on OK. And I'm going to have the same problem I had before. Because by default, it's going to select all the columns. I don't want all the columns. What I want this time is month, total sales, and year, instead of category total sales and year. All right, so we're going to have to wait for this kind of to finish its query. It does take just a minute. And then when it's finished, we'll do the same thing we did before, which is we'll deselect all of these columns, and then we'll simply select month, total sales, and year.
I only have query result 1 row. It's supposed to go 32 rows.
Let's see. Scroll up a little bit. Just use a scroll bar.
Oh, this.
That one. Let's go. Can you go up? Let me see what you. Oh, okay. So up. There's actually 2 scroll bars there. I don't know if you can see that inner scroll bar.
Oh, this.
Yeah, scroll up. Okay, so yeah, you've got category. And you clicked on the apply changes button?
Yeah. This, right? Now this, I think it's alright.
Yeah,
But
there
these
shouldn't be.
filters,
Yeah, there's no filter.
there shouldn't be any filter there, right?
That's correct. And that is
Yeah, it does.
mixed up.
Mm.
Here, scroll down a little bit. Let me see the rest of that. Use that outer scroll bar.
Oh.
Scroll down. So those are all checked. Click on the query results tab. Right here.
Oh.
Yeah. Chocolate 2006. That's curious.
Or should I start again?
No. There's definitely some kind of issue here because let's try, just out of curiosity, let's try getting rid of category and see if that. So now I'm only showing 2006. It's almost like some of the data got deleted. And it's like there's only one row in that table. Not sure what to do. I don't think that's available anywhere else. It's not going to show me any. Yeah, there's no data in there.
I think it got deleted somehow.
Something happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I deleted somehow.
Yeah, it's like there's data missing out of that table.
How could he have deleted? He doesn't have privileges, does he?
I'm not sure if we do or not. I can't think of anything to fix this. I mean, you could try getting out and getting back in and just see if there's some kind of glitch
Yeah,
going on.
that's what I'm
X
thinking.
out of that. Click on the X there. You didn't save anything, right?
No.
Just say no to that. And try new indicator data again. You can just click on that.
This. Okay.
And see what happens second time. I don't think this is going to matter, but.
Hey,
Okay.
Kelly's upstairs. It's not showing that thing.
So for that, grab that handle right there. Yeah, you can just save that.
So where do I set it?
Just use this file, hold down the file, save that. Is anybody else stuck or need help? Alright, yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I'm not sure what happened to your data.
I'm supposed to get all these again, right? And
Yeah,
should be able to put it back
Yeah, put
here
them all over.
and then select some, right?
Correct.
I'll just get to wait until it finishes, right?
Right. If you're still getting that spinning thing.
Mm-hmm.
See, now, did you ever get this query error? I don't know. Anyway, so we get this query error again. I'll click on OK. And so what I'll do is I'll get rid of all these over here. So I click over here and hit the double left arrow, get rid of them all. And this time I'm going to pick month and total sales or total cases? Total sales and year. Come on. All else fails, use the arrow. Okay. And then I'm going to apply my query changes. And once again, I'll have to grab that handle down there, move that up. And so now I got 96 rows. So that's 8 years and 12 months, right? I picked the months. There's 12 months and 8 years. 8 times 12 is 96, so I'm going to get 96 rows.